Okay, let's have a candid conversation about Andrade, whether it's Andrade Cien or Andrade El Idolo, whatever you want to refer to him as. It looks like he's gone from WWE. Now, this is news that's been out for a solid 24 hours now. And I am someone that likes to wait until we get, if not all the information, enough for me to form some kind of a constructive, fair opinion on, right? I don't want to come up here and be the first guy to say something. Breaking news, Andrade is gone, oh my god. And then speculate and then say something dumb or stupid or incorrect or inaccurate. That's not me anymore. I want to be that channel that you come to that's going to give you the news, but give you informed opinions, right? Inform you of what's happening. When it comes to Andrade's departure from WWE, here are the only things that have been confirmed. My main sources are always going to be two. If I find a different one, you'll hear it from me. But my main sources are always going to be Fightful Select, PW Insider. Anybody outside of that, I'm not saying these people can't bring truth or reveal, expose, break news when it comes to wrestling. My main sources are Fightful Select, PW Insider. Both of them have said Andrade is gone, he's been released, and the parting was not mutual. What does that mean? When you mutually part ways, it basically means the party, the talent, Andrade, in this instance, asked for his release, and the company granted it. They both felt like, all right, look, this isn't working out. We tried it. Something's off. We're not gelling. Let's just mutually part ways. Keep the door open for the future. You can come back when things are better for both of us. That's not what happened. Andrade was fired. Now, why he was fired, we don't know. We don't know. We have yet to hear Andrade's side of the story. I don't think we're going to hear his side of the story anytime soon. Maybe he'll talk about it when his 90-day non-compete clause is up. Maybe he'll never talk about it. But here's what we do know. He's gone. So let me talk about certain, I don't want to call them rumors, details, information that we're getting from outside the usual scope of wrestling news media. Bodyslam.net reports that Andrade has been basically MIA. WWE has been trying to contact him and he's ghosted them, which is not good. If that comes out to be true, ooh, that's never good. No showing, ghosting, the people that pay you is an instant get the hell out of town. I don't care how good you are. John Alba, Sports Illustrated, reports that he's had multiple violations in terms of wellness policy. So drugs or whatever that he took to violate the policy, steroids, whatever, enhancement drugs. That isn't good either. And that's a 3 strikes, you're out. First time is a 30-day suspension. Second time is 60. Third time, you're done. Again, if that's true, again, like, this ain't good news for you, man. You no-show. You're doing drugs. You're violating policies. Like, this is all stuff that's on him. It's his responsibility. I know a lot of people, when this news story broke, instantly assumed he was unhappy, he wasn't being booked properly, or he wasn't happy with his creative, the direction of his character, and he wanted out, and so he walked out. That's what a lot of people assumed. He walked out. He pulled a Sasha Banks Naomi in 2022. 2022, yes. I don't even think that's the case, quite honestly, because they were booking him pretty heavily. Before he walked out, remember at SummerSlam, he was in a tag match with Rey Fenix. There was talks to make them tag team champs. They were going to give him a belt. They've given him belts. They see him as a talent that's worth investing in. The problem is, and this is me speculating now, I don't know what Andrade thinks, where his mind's at. This is just based off of history and certain stories, incidents that happened in AEW, along with his first run in WWE. Andrade sees himself as the guy. He sees himself as a main event player. Someone they should put the entire company behind. He wants to be Cody Rhodes. He wants to be CM Punk. He wants to be Seth Rollins. He wants to be LA Knight. He wants to be Roman Reigns. He wants to be that guy. Does he have the talent for that? Inside the ring? Yes. Outside of that? He's lacking. The best, my opinion, the best run for Andrade, Cien Almas, was on NXT. When he had Zelina Vega as his mouthpiece, and then he ran with the NXT Championship. To me, that Andrade could be a main event player. That Andrade could believably be a WWE World Champion. Hell, take that Andrade from NXT, throw him on SmackDown, main eventer, instantly. Especially with Zelina as a mouthpiece. The perfect packaging. But unless it's that, if you have him by himself, there isn't much that stands out about him unless he's wrestling. And I'm sorry, when it comes to WWE, what they care about is your character, is your ability to enhance stories, is your ability to create moments. Not saying Andrade can't do that. I thought his series with Carmelo Hayes, one of the best things about SmackDown all of last year. Very upset that they never gave their final match or one of their matches a pay-per-view or a PLE, excuse me. Andrade has a ton of tools that can make him a main event player, but we all know he's lacking when it comes to talking, the microphone. He has the look. Clearly, he's great inside the ring. But he doesn't have all the tools. Andrade, though, feels like he does. And that might have played a role in his departure. One way or another. If any of this is true, in terms of him no-showing, ignoring calls, doing drugs, that's all ego. That's all ego. But we also have to consider one other factor. No one's talking about this, and I'm shocked no one's talking about this. This man just got divorced. Him and Charlotte Flair broke up last year. He came back to WWE to be with Charlotte. And now that that's over, what else is there for him to do? Why was he even around? Think about that for a minute. You came back to be close to your loved one. That fell apart. So now you're by yourself, working in a company with your divorced wife. You can sit here all day and say, well, they're still friends. That's a big deal. And that's rough. So we're not talking about that factor. The emotional damage, the mental issues that can bring about. On top of creative differences is also something being reported by, was that BodySlam? But bodyslam.net, yes. I'm not going to lie to you, his booking has not been great. Outside of his 7-match series with Carmelo Hayes, and then a short run with Rey Fenix, which, by the way, I'm not really about throwing people together when there's nothing to do with them. I hate that. I think that's lazy. But the tag team worked. It was working. People were getting behind it. Despite the fact that it was thrown together. Not much else. Not much else to really get behind. His booking hasn't been great. And so I'm pretty sure that played a factor in what happened. So right now, all we can do is speculate. Did he walk out? Was he fired? Did he do this to himself? Did he paint himself in a corner and give WWE no choice but to let him go? I don't think Triple H would have allowed this to happen, would have allowed him to leave if he didn't have a choice. Like I said, it wasn't mutual. So it's one or two things. He was fired or he walked out. I'm leaning towards he was fired. And if he was fired, we don't know the reason why. But we have to consider that when he goes to AEW, because I have a feeling he's going back to AEW. And for the record, his parting from AEW was mutual. He asked Tony Khan to let him go. Tony Khan let him go. That door is always open. So, more than likely, he's going back to AEW. And some of you were saying, why would he go back there? Why wouldn't he? Where else is he going to go? AAA? Oh, well, good luck with that. If he got fired from WWE, I doubt they would let him back in AAA. So I guess CMLL? MLW? New Japan Pro Wrestling? Guys, there's only one other place for him to go. There's only one other place. I'm sorry. It's AEW. So common sense tells you he's going back to AEW. But let me get back to my point. How do we know that these problems, whatever happened, whether he walked out or he was fired, how do we know these problems won't follow him to AEW? Would it be a smart decision after 90 days for Tony Khan to bring him in? We can sit here all day and act like, of course, he's going to be used as a main event player. They don't have a lot of main event talent. They don't. You're right. But if he walked out on WWE because of creative issues, or maybe there was an incident. Remember, this guy has a temper. He got into a fight with Sammy Guevara in AEW. Who's to say that he didn't do something in WWE? There has to be a reason he was let go. Regardless, whether he walked out or he was forced out, whatever the issue was, that's coming with him to AEW. So let's say Tony Khan wants him to do something and he doesn't want to do it. Is he just going to no-show, walk out again? That can't happen, man. Or if it was an incident, drug-related, physicality, a fight, that can't happen either. Tony Khan doesn't need that stress. I am very concerned. I'm very concerned about the future of Andrade. Because if this was his doing, I don't know how he gets a job anywhere else. And that is sad because he is very talented. Again, his run with Zelina Vega on NXT, to me, was when he felt like a main event player. For me. That was the time I was like, yeah, this guy can compete with the top stars. I haven't felt that way since. But the talent is there. He just needs the right packaging. Sadly enough, this is another situation where too many times in wrestling, the talent gets in his own or her own way. So we'll wait to see what Andrade's side of the story is. But I have a feeling no matter what he has to say, he's not going to look good. this was not a mutual parting. Andrade is gone because something happened. Something that forced the WWE to say, we can't work with you anymore. I'm sorry. You're fired. You've been released. You've been released. Future endeavored. The whole 9 yards. 90-day non-compete, whatever. This isn't Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon would terminate you because he didn't like you. Or he didn't see value in you. Triple H saw all kinds of value in Andrade. You know he did. I'm pretty sure if Andrade wanted it and would have kept his nose clean or whatever the reason, had good behavior, Triple H would have given him a job for life. For life. I have a feeling that WWE's hands were forced. So we'll have to see. We will have to see what really, really happened. And hopefully he lands on his feet somewhere. I do think it's a high possibility we will see him back in AEW. I just worry that whatever issue followed him, that will follow him over to AEW, will probably make that run shorter than we expect or we would like. So I hope whatever happened, he gets his act together. Again, I don't know what happened. I haven't heard his side of the story. I just know he was fired. Whatever the reason is, whether it was drugs, whether it was a bad attitude, him not answering calls, no showing, whatever the reason is, there ain't a lot of excuses he can make here. I hope that he gets his act together and then goes to AEW and has the run that I feel like he should have. He feels like he should be a main event player. Okay, my dude, you know what? Step it up. Step it up. It's time for you to realize that things don't just get handed to you because you feel like it should be yours. It has to be earned. Andrade is not the only person who feels like they should be in the main event. And he won't be the last. Not everybody can be a main event player. So you either knuck up, do what you have to do to become that main event player, or just accept that it's just not meant to be. Get your money, get your bag, create your moments, become a legend, and just be happy with that. Do you know how many talents that I've watched over my near 30 years of being a wrestling fan that have never won the world title, but are absolute legends? Oh my goodness. We all have one life to live. Andrade feels like he should be a main event player. All right, well, you got, I don't know, how long to prove it now? Probably not that long left. This guy ain't young. He ain't getting any younger. So, good luck to him. It does suck that his run in WWE came to a unexpected, shockingly short halt. And those of you asking, maybe his contract expired? No, it didn't expire. He still had a year and a half left? Because he came back in 2024, so he had a 3-year deal. Nah, sorry. No excuse. No excuse. But when he speaks up and gives his side of the story, I will do a follow-up. Until then, thank you guys for watching. Do all the YouTube things. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, and Venmo. I'll catch you guys next time right here in Alyx's world. The place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you.